What is going on, everybody? Justin here with Alpha Wash, and I just wanted to give you all a quick tip about watering plants. So when you're watering plants, there is definitely a particular way you want to go about doing it, because you can damage the plant, and that is something that you do not want to happen and that the homeowner does not want to happen. So we use a 8 gallon per minute pressure washer to rinse plants, but what we actually use is the M5 twist tip. That seems to be my favorite one for watering plants. I like how you can fan it out. We fan it out about halfway, and you want to start off by watering the root system very well. You want to hold the water on there for a good at least 5 seconds and let those roots of the plant really soak up some water. That's definitely what makes the difference. Most people just wet the tops. You really want to make sure those root systems are watered good. And then once the root systems are watered good, you want to go ahead and water down all the foliage, all the leaves and everything like that. And ideally, while you're washing a roof, you want to have someone on the ground that is rinsing the plants for you. So I'm going to rinse a couple plants right here and give y'all a quick example of how we rinse them. If y'all pay attention, there's going to be 2 separate steps. So basically I'm going to be rinsing the roots first, basically just letting water drench down into those roots, and then after that I'm going to be rinsing the foliage good and getting it good and wet. And then one more thing you also want to do is I like to rinse the grass thoroughly, maybe 10 yards away from the house, and that's just to protect from any overspray. It's not as big of a deal this time of year when it's warm outside, cold outside and the grass is dormant. You don't have to quite worry about it as much, but I like to get in the habit of doing it, because when you get in the habit of doing it, it's done consistently, and when things are done consistently, bad things are prevented from happening. So let me show you how to water these plants. Y'all check it out. Hopefully y'all can find some value in it, and we'll see y'all in the next one. So if y'all noticed, this is something that I didn't mention, but I just noticed it while I was doing it. So when you're rinsing the roots beforehand, you want to use a little bit more of a straight stream, so the water's going directly onto the root system. And when you start watering the foliage and the leaves and everything like that, you want to fan it out a little bit so there's not as much pressure going on, especially if it's got flowers on it. If it's got flowers on it, I always like to turn the ball valve probably halfway, 3/4 of the way down, because flowers can very easily be torn off. So you want to be careful with that. Make sure you're not putting much pressure on the foliage, but make sure that you're wetting it very thoroughly. So we fan it out and we hold it above it and we let it basically drench it down. And so one more thing to pay attention to is when you go to rinse plants, make sure that you're not pointing your wand directly at it when you press the trigger, because when you press the trigger on your wand, there's a lot of pressure that comes out at one time because it sat there and built up. So make sure you point it away from the plants, press the trigger, and then point it at the plants, because you don't want to blast off a whole branch or out of a bush or something like that. So hope y'all can find some value in this. If you like the videos, make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you get a notification every time we post. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all in the next one.